up, loved ones? What it do? Spotty Young right here. You know where I'm from. Thank you for watching and thank you for tuning in. If you're new to this channel right here, just hit the subscribe button real quick. Give it a like if you think it's cool, if you think it's real, you know what I mean? So we over here right now, the homies hood, bagong barrio, Caloocan right here, shit, just kicking in with the G homie. And I was supposed to do a video and show the hood and show everything, but right now, storm is here, man. It's only like 4:30 in the afternoon, and yet the clouds is dark. But I'm gonna show you guys real quick how the Pinoy do it. The basic, the standard. I'm gonna do 16 count of burpees, and just to show you guys how we do it. This is the standard workout that we do. 16 for the letter P, P for Pinoy. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm gonna show you guys real quick while I'm already here. And I got the background right here of the hood, you know what I'm talking about? Which makes it even more fucking G. Check it out. This is the camera right here. I'm gonna do 16 count. 16 count of burpees and 16 sets of that. That's our warm up. After that, we hit the yard. Then we do pull-ups, burpees. We do everything, you know what I'm talking about? But before we do all that, here's how we do our burpees. Check it out. 16 counts of burpees. Napakita mo? There you go. That's 16 counts of burpees. So I'm gonna do 16 sets of those. That's 16 over 16 for Pinoy pride. That's how we do it. But I'm gonna continue this later on, and it's not raining because it's kind of loud. So back to my story, right? I'm still over here kicking it in bagong barrio, Caloocan with the G homies, and I'm over here right now with one of his studio right here, man. You know, they be rapping, they be doing the thug tizzle right here. But yeah, so back to my story about doing time with the Pinoys, the Filipinos in the California prison system, man. Let me go recap real quick, man, back in the streets before I even got caught up. I was just hanging out with the wrong crowd, man, you know, at school. I wanted to be the cool kid. I wanted to make a name for myself. I wanted to fight back. I didn't know anything about discipline. I didn't know anything about delayed gratification, you know, go to school, finish school, and I wasn't thinking about none of that. All I'm thinking was I want to be with the homies and just get in a gang and be cool, man. So, you know, this is what happens to me. 13 years of my life down the drain. It is what it is. But no crying over spilled milk, though. You know what I'm talking about? So check it out. Yeah, going back to Silmar Juvenile Hall back in 03 when I got busted. There was 3 of us from the hood, from Jeff Rocks. I got my boy Bukol. He was in Unit X. This was the unfit building, WXYZ, and the homeboy Bukol from the hood, he was on Unit X, and then my boy Jumper, he was in Unit W, and I was in Unit Z. We were just chilling right there at the unfit building. We all got charged as an adult, but different cases though. I got a homie named Amboy too, but he was already over age, and then my crimey sniper and shit, they were already fucking in the LA County, you know, and shit, I got culture shock, dog. You know, just fucking doing my thing. I didn't know anything. At this time, my mentality, I was 15 years old. I still had a lot of fucking hate, even from my own people, man. If I see another Pinoy, I look at him like, hey, fuck you, you know what I'm talking about? Because you were trying to kill me out there in the streets, because you're saying in the streets that your gang is harder than my gang. So, you know, it's all about territorial, you know. I didn't know anything, man. I was just a little kid. My level of comprehension was of a 15-year-old little kid, you know. So yeah, so those were the Pinoys. I ran into a PR in Central, but nothing happened because there was a glass door. But I was talking my shit, you know. You know what I'm talking about? Fast forward to CYA, Stockton. There was only the homeboy Blue Dog. He half Pinoy, half black from Asian Crip, but he banging Pinoy, he banging Filipino. And another homeboy, the Ilocano homie that I said before from my story, the buff ass dude with fucking 8 packs and shit that got super hands. Yeah, I ran into him at school. He was lacing me up about, hey, pare, go join the Asian Pride car and shit, dog. You'll be straight over there and shit. Don't be joining anything else. Like, look at me, I got stuck in the fucking Bay Area and shit. And I don't know the guy. During that time when I looked at him, it's like, you're like my enemy and shit. Because that's how my mindset was back when my younger days, you know. But somehow my instinct came in and I felt like he was being genuine. I feel like he was really giving me some alright, cool advice. So I'm like, yeah, man, fuck it. And plus, no matter what, Pinoy and Filipino are Asian. We're in the motherfucking Southeast Asia, the Philippines, you know. So hell yeah, man. And plus, I ran into my boy Short Dog from, like I said, the Trend 57. He embraced me real good, and they showed me a lot of love, and I appreciate that, man. So yeah, that was my story in CYA. But before I move on, let me mention about the cracking ears, about the green light. They had that green light thing going on. If you cracked ears and you said something about chink, that's a green light for the Asian, man. We ain't got no choice but to take off within 3 seconds and then make a big deal out of it, you know. Same thing with the rest. If you disrespect the Norteños, Soreños, Bulldogs, everybody, you get put on the light. That you get put on the light on the Asian Pride card too. If you say the word chink, and me and my boy Blue Dog, and the other pare, the Ilocano pare from the Bay Area, we agreed to for everybody to don't disrespect Filipino. We came up with the word flip flop. So if you say that shit, that's a green light too. That's a mando. And I told all the pares about it. Even stranger from the hood, he was banging Soreño at that time. But flip flop is still flip flop. You can't say it. That was my experience in CYA Stockton. And fast forward later on in the future, going back, going to the Pinta, it's a whole different ball game. CDC, it's way different than CYA. CYA was gang banging in the streets, and it's like bringing the streets to the prison. But CDC, on the other hand, the real prison, there's no more gangbanging over there. That shit don't even count. It's all about racial segregation. It's all about your race, you know. CDC designed it that way. But I'm going to get into that later on. So, I ended up going to Pelican Bay. And it was cool, man. I was still a little kid. As I mentioned before in my videos, I was 18 with a bullet. And I'm just learning everything. At this point, I wanted to learn fucking everything and shit, man. Observing to the best of my ability, observing everybody and shit. Because I'm trying to survive prison, man. Look at me. What are you gonna do if you was born, you ain't that big, you're skinny like me, and you gotta survive somehow. How do you defend yourself? How do you protect yourself? I gotta learn all that shit, cause fucking PC or none of that, giving up, that shit was never an option, man. That's not how we roll. That's not a real Pinoy and shit. If somebody did that, he ain't no fucking real Pinoy, man. So anywho, yeah, I remember this vividly, because one of my lessons from anger management, I believe I was 18 years old, 19. I was at fucking optical and shit with Pare Ray, and at this point, all the OGs, it don't matter who you are, Puerto Rican, fucking Chinese, Vietnamese, I'm chopping it up, trying to learn everything, like I said, man. And this guy specifically, the homeboy Pare Ray, he got all day, he got life. And one time we were just working at the optical and shit. This is one of my first lessons about anger management. And I got a duck it. He said, hey, go to medical. They need you on medical. So I said, oh, Pari, I got to duck it. I got to go real quick. So I stopped working. And then I do the whole process. I come out of the optical. I go to the medical. I remember this. I was in the fucking medical and shit. 18-year-old little kid. Heart full of hate. Retarded, basically, dog. You know, it's just whatever an 18-year-old can think. That's what I was thinking, because I came from YA, and I got a fragile ego, man. You know, one of the police right there, big guy in medical in A-Yard. You guys probably know about that guy. He was fucking with me and shit. Like, I feel like he didn't disrespect me, call me bitch or anything like that, but he was just like being a bully with the attitude and shit. And I'm answering him back with the attitude, like, what's up? Because since during that time I had a fragile ego, I felt like I was going out. I felt like I was getting punked. where when I ain't got no choice but to bust a grape, then fuck the consequences, you know, because during that time I'm emotional, I'm hot-headed, I'm fucking, I give in quick to anger real quick during that time, and I felt so fucking, I was this close to disrespecting old boy and just fucking taking off because I felt like maybe, I don't know, maybe he thinks I'm just a little kid or picking on me or whatever, dog, but luckily there was a righteous fucking police right there, man. He heard and he saw everything. Me and the other fucking police getting, the other police, the big guy that was fucking with me, the righteous police came and grabbed me. Hey, youngster, come here real quick. And he was trying to talk to me. Hey, just, you know, just calm down, and don't listen to that guy. Don't worry about it, man. Here, just get out of here, shake the spot. And then I'm listening to him like, but little did I know during that time he kind of saved my life. Cause what if I took off on the police, man? Because of my fucking fragile ego, I felt like I was going out. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm mad. I'm like, I feel like I was going out. I'm fucking mad at myself. I remember this. I'm going back to the optical. I couldn't wait to tell the story to the pare and shit, to the OG pare. It was already in his 50s, full of wisdom. He'd been down for a while. And guess what he told me? He's like, check it out, youngster, man. That police, he fucks with everybody. That fool guy attitude. He try to play and he trying to do the psychological shit to everybody, man. And nah, he ain't being racist or anything like that. Trip out on this. That fucking police right there in the medical. That fool ain't thinking about you right now. He's over there laughing, fucking with somebody else, man. He's just laughing. He didn't know. He don't even know who you are. He ain't thinking about you. And look how you're feeling right now. You're feeling all fucking mad. You wanna bust a grape. You wanna do something. You feel like you went out. That's your fucking ego. That's your fragile ego talking, man. Think about it. And I'm like, I'm doing my best to try to learn and to understand what he's trying to say. And slowly but surely, I started to understand. You know what he means. You ain't gotta fucking prove yourself to anybody and shit, dog. And I'm giving the police a power over me about making me feel some type of feeling, and he's not even thinking about me. He's not even feeling anything about me and shit, you know. So that's giving him power over me. That's one of my first lessons on basic psychology and fucking anger management. And ever since then, I'm just started learning and growing and growing. And this is what I mean by doing that. And I mean, don't get me wrong, man. They got OGs out there. They got some evil ones, man. They want you to fucking stay with them and shit. So they want to steer you the wrong way. But my instinct, I know who to listen to. I know who to pay attention to. And these guys, some of them, they literally care. They feel like they got a little young homie that has a parole date, like me, got a chance to get out in the real world and fucking do good and be with my family and don't fucking get life in prison, man. I feel like some of them, they were really fucking telling me that, man. If I feel like they wish like they were in my shoes, having a chance to get out in the fucking real world, you know. So I was just fucking learning, man. I was learning everything. Pare Ray, Pare Johnny, Pare Tone from RPB, all kinds of motherfuckers in there, man. That was my experience doing time with the Pinoys. But don't get me wrong though, like I said, not everybody got fucking good intentions, dog, you know. But I'm gonna get into all that some other time. And anywho, after that, I remember going to fucking Kern Valley State Prison. And I'm still focused. I'm still thinking about what kind of productive and constructive things I can do, because they already took my fucking time. What else am I gonna do about it? Read books, work out, discipline myself to the best of my ability, to the max, man. Whatever my brain is capable and my willpower is capable of doing, that's what I was doing. And during this time, I got a little bit comfortable because I was in Pelican Bay for 3 years, and we didn't experience no war. Everything was all right, you know. Everybody else was at war, but not our car. But it brought me back to the reality, woke me up again when I went to Kern Valley, and fucking, like I said, we went to war with the fucking with the white boys and shit. And this when everything got serious again, because it is what it is. When they come out, when they release them at the yard, they're gonna be strapped. They're gonna try to kill me. And then when I get out, when they release me from my cell, I'm gonna be doing the same thing. You know what I'm talking about? So it's some real shit, you know. And this is a level 4 180 and shit. And the police, they have all the right to shoot you in the head if they see you with a weapon stabbing somebody else. So you're thinking about all kinds of possibilities. Not to mention, you know, you're selling stuff. My last selling in Kern Valley before I left was the party from Satanas, New Delano. He from Delano. I learned a lot from old boy, man. Um, he was a big dude and shit, and he was lacing me up about the history in Delano. In California, they have this biggest fiesta for the Filipino festival, and it happens in Delano, not Frisco, not LA, not Dago. He said the biggest Filipino community, according to him, was in Delano. So yeah, we're chopping it up. We're kicking it, telling sharing stories and shit. And he mentioned in North Kern. It's also in Delano, but it's called Old Delano. It's pretty much next door. It's a level 3 and a level 2 too, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. He told me a story because the pare is from Satanas. He's Delano Satanas, he said. And he said there was a pare named Ninja. He got a big ass question mark on his face, colored in, from Baharana, LA. And he orchestrated a little fucking riot amongst the car, man, in North Kern, according to the pare story and shit. And I guess the Satanas, they were like 4 deep, and then the BNG, they were 4 deep. The reason why, because I know Ninja from Pelican Bay. He was there. He was there right before I left, and I couldn't believe it, man. That he would do that. They took off. They orchestrated a fucking little kickoff, little riot with the Satanas. The 4 BNGs took off on the fucking 4 Satanas in the yard and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? That's crazy, man. Because in the level 4, we don't really set tripping. We don't gangbang like that. But I guess as the yard goes down to level 3 and level 2, it started to become more gangbang and it started to become more street shit. Because people are going home, man. You know, because most of the life are there in the level 4. So that's what happens, dog. And then fast forward later on to Calipat. That's where I met the homeboy Bugsy from BNG, man. Legendary party and shit, man. Shit, what can I say? All I know is he was taking care of business. He's the G homie, man. People would judge him because he was fucking around, but he's not the type to fucking buy something with the intention of not paying it, because he knows the consequences. And plus, that's some piece of shit fucking dolphin type shit. That's not him, dog. That's not him. And this fool's crazy, man. What can I say? Sometimes we'll be at the yard, and then for some reason he hot-headed and shit, man. But he's older than me. During that time, I was like 20 something, young, in my younger 20s. He was already like in his late 30s and shit. So OG party. And I learned a lot from him too. Also, like I said, I was learning from everybody. And he'd be calling out the police sometimes, man. We'd be at the yard and shit. And sometimes when they were doing searches, you know, there's like 4 or 5 police right there fucking patting you down right there, man. Sometimes when he's pissed, he'll just call him up like, what's up, dog? That should be fucking making my heart beat like, damn, fool, what if the police says fuck you? Then the party Bugsy ain't got no choice but to take off. And then I'm gonna get put in a position where, what the fuck? You know what I'm talking about? Well, luckily the police didn't want no trouble and the party didn't bust a grape, because I'm not gonna let him fucking get beat up by the police and everybody's gonna talk about fucking youngster fucking didn't do nothing and shit. That's bullshit. That's not how to get down. And I met a lot of honorable fucking Pinoys in there, man. Some people even had fucking parole dates like me that never got out, man. And I feel for them, because I could have been easily the same place where they at right now, still fucking locked up right there, man. They caught life because they had to bust a grape. They ain't got no choice. They got put into that position, man. They had to do the honorable thing according to our code, according from our point of view, you know. Because going to PC, it's not honorable, man. It's not. Staying in mainline doesn't make you a bad person. And going to PC doesn't also make you a good person. But I'm gonna get into that in a different video. So yeah, the homeboy Bugsy, right? Yeah, man, that was crazy. Sometimes we'll be at the fucking that would just be. I'm still reading my little book at night, and then he'd be knocked out of sleep, and then the police, of course, they gotta do their count and shit, and we got the little curtain right there, and some police they really want to see your body, man, so they want to knock on the door, and it wakes up Bugsy. This fool will be yelling at the police like, "What the fuck," you know, and then the police would just keep on pushing and shit, man, and I'm like, "Fuck, this will stay calling out the police, man," you know. I told this fool, "Hey, buddy, the fuck, dog? If we're gonna get caught up and shit," he's like, "Man, I don't expect you to do nothing, man. Don't do nothing, man. I got this. If I started this shit, I'm going all the way. But come on, dog. I'm not gonna let you fucking get beat up by yourself, dog." Long story short, luckily nothing happened. We didn't have to go that route, because me and him we're gonna end up in the fucking back, and we're gonna be enemies straight up and shit. Because I got caught up with him. I ain't got no choice but to back him up. Then, when we go to the motherfucking back, that's when we handle business, you know, because he got me caught up, you know. That's how it is right there, bro. But you're steadily continuing doing your time every day. Every day is a struggle. You're still locked up, and those are the pares, those are the Pinoys that I ran into. Now fast forward, I finally, after all those years, I finally made it to a level 3. So I ended up going to Oklahoma, out of state, and I met the party B-Dog right there from San Diego, chopping it up with him in the yard, and come to find out, his cousin is fucking Trigger from the hood, from Jeff Rocks, from JFX. So it's a small world, man. And he was in Pelican Bay too during my time, but he was in B yard, I was in A yard, you know. Shout out to B-Dog, to G on me right there too, from Dago. And all is well, man. I met a gang of artists, too many to mention, man. Stockton, BNG. I didn't run into LASTS though. I met Too Much from RPB. Too Much from RPB. That nigga knows that shit, man. This fool is shorter than me. He's probably like, oh, no offense though, you are shorter than me. You're shorter than me and shit. But that part is straight fucking kung fu master, man. You know how high the cells are in Kern Valley? So imagine, he's shorter than me, right? He'll just stand in a cell like this. You don't even have to get you don't have to run. He'll just stand up like this, and he'll just naturally just jump up. Bam! As soon as he jumps up, he does this fucking split, fucking upside flip, where his fucking foot, literally his foot touches the ceiling, man, and that ceiling is kind of high over there in Kern Valley. You know, that was crazy, man. And everybody knows in LA County. I'm not sure if it happened in LA County or Wayside, or one of them. He had to roll somebody out, so what he did was he did one of those cartwheel, and somehow while he was doing the cartwheel, in the middle of the cartwheel, his fucking foot hit the other guy's face and dropped the other guy. That's how we started it. But yeah, I learned a lot from them also, man. Too Much, shout out to Too Much. And there's so many other parties to mention, man, you know. So fast forward later on, and where was I? High Desert. Shout out to Pare Alex and the other Pare, I forgot their name, man. I learned a lot from them, man. There's so much shit, and that was my experience doing time with the Pinoy. And shout out to all the parties out there. If you're still out there, hopefully you guys get out soon. I heard they got this. They're kicking people out. The people that caught life when they were a minor. They were like 17, 18. They caught adult prison life. And even to those that are aged 19, 20, 21 also may have a chance. So I'm hearing good things. People are getting out. So hopefully you guys get out. And when you guys do, all I can say is, from what I did is, you know, I did my best to stay focused and disciplined. And I don't have any urge to fucking bust in the lick or doing the mission. I'm just gonna go all the way straight because I was blessed to have a good ass resume. So my resume is so good that I could pretty much apply to any jobs right now. So there's no point doing bullshit. Just stay focused, stay disciplined, and to all the real OGs right there. Like shout out to OG Patty Bulldog and OG Patty Nick that showed the love on my show. Guys, check it out. Message from a real OG. So there's a lot more to say actually about the Paris of Pinoy, but I'm gonna leave it right. I'm gonna leave it like that for now, and hopefully I shed a little bit of light. Thank you guys for watching, man. I'm gonna leave it like this. Say what you mean and mean what you say, cause real recognize real, homeboy. Out of here.